Alright lads, welcome to another Enlisted squad review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 6th Parachute Regiment, also known as the Invasion of Normandy Danuvian 43M squad. This is quite a new premium squad added to Enlisted. Just a quick caveat before we start, as with all premium squads in Enlisted, it can only be used by one nation in one campaign. The Danuvian 43M squad can only be used by the German team in the Invasion of Normandy campaign. Like all other premiums in this game, it is quite a niche thing. Just the reason I say this is because this premium will cost you $35, so it's quite a big investment if you aren't really too sure about how premiums in Enlisted work. But with all that boring stuff out of the way, let's get into the meat and potatoes. This regiment was formed in January of 1943, and it was sent to the Soviet Eastern Front, where it served until 1944. And when the Allied invasion of Normandy took place, it was reassigned to the 91st Infantry Division and fought obviously in Normandy. So that's the background. What about the actual statistics of the squad? Well, this is an assaulter class, meaning each soldier is armed with SMGs. The squad consists of 4 assaulters and a single level 2 engineer. This is the new trend for squads in Enlisted now, especially the premium ones. You have a level 2 engineer which allows you to build stuff as well as fortify objectives. It basically gives you a big strategic advantage on the battlefield, and because this is a premium squad, you do get additional bonuses. It allows you to have a real, actual effect on the battle. You can build spawn points, anti-tank emplacements, anti-tank guns, that sort of thing. It's much more flexible and usable in my opinion than a bog standard assaulter squad where you just have 4 assaulters, for example. As I said, you have a single engineer as well as 4 other assaulter soldiers. Every one of these men comes at rank 4. This means that they have a base perk as well as 4 additional perks, shared with the whole class. Our first perk is 100% bonus to our health restored by a med pack. This is pretty good if you take damage, but because the time to kill in Enlisted is so short, you don't typically get a chance to heal in a med pack. It's nice to have, but it's not particularly useful. We then also have a 30% reduction of the horizontal recoil that we feel when standing, and due to these players using an SMG, this is quite a big buff. It allows you to be more accurate when firing fully automatically. However, it doesn't reduce the vertical recoil, which typically is the major factor with SMG type weapons. We then also have a 12% buff to the reload speed of the gun, and because you're going to be up close and personal firing in people's faces, this is a major buff. We also have a 100% buff to our stamina, which allows us to run for much longer, and our final perk, a 10% boost to our run speed, naturally allows us to run faster. So this squad really was designed for running and gunning. We have a good SMG, which we'll cover shortly. We are fast, can run for a long time, reload quickly, and we can also control that gun when firing pretty well. So this is shaping up to be a pretty good squad. But let's take a look at what each squad member carries. Now if you look at this photo, you might immediately be drawn to the German officer sword. That does not come standard. You will have a standard bayonet. I like the squad so much that I bought an officer's sword for it. Anyway, starting with the big boy, the Corelli 43M. This basically acts just like a bog standard submachine gun. It's quite low damage but high fire rate, and it is fed by 40 round box magazines. This allows you to spray quite a bit without having to worry about running out of ammunition. Perfect for getting multi-kills. You have 4 magazines, each containing 40 rounds, for a total ammunition count of 120 rounds of ammunition. You can burn through this ammunition pretty quickly, but because you have an engineer, you can just build yourself an ammo box. Every member of this squad also comes with a large backpack. This allows you to carry up to 4 medkits, however, each player does come standard with only 3 medkits. We then also have an explosive pack for each member of this squad. However, it is likely that these explosive packs are going to be nerfed against infantry in the future. Gaijin announced it recently, so you may want to swap these out for hand grenades if you find yourself targeting infantry more than tanks. There's not really too much more to say about this squad. It's very powerful, at least in short to medium ranges, and with the addition of that level 2 engineer, it does allow you to have a very meaningful effect on the battlefield. However, for the price of €35, it is a very large investment indeed, especially for a casual player in Enlisted. Because Enlisted's player base is so small at the minute, those prices are unlikely to come down. But I'd say definitely that this squad is a joint first in terms of actual best squad for the German team, probably with the Browning 1928 squad. That's quite an old squad though, and this is a newer one. And again, with that level 2 engineer, does give you more flexibility compared to the Browning squad. However, I'd say that the Browning weapon is a much better gun. But that's it lads, If you like what I did here today, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. It does really help the channel to grow. Once again, thank you very much for watching the review, and I'll see you in the next video.